I'm bored. I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
What do you mean?
There's nothing for me to do anymore.
There's always something to do.
What are you doing?
I'm recording the podcast.
Okay, well, this is the one thing I look forward to in my week now.
Really?
No. Oh, you know what? Just cue the intro. Hello guys, Two Latin Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And I still have nothing to do.
I mean, like...
the music was nice, but,
just vibing.
Just vibing, but, still,
Okay, look, I think we should preface that it has been...
over 2 weeks.
Yeah, over 2 weeks.
Since they were just oh, coronavirus is, crazy.
Well, I mean, officially now we are, properly quarantined.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be going outside.
Hey, look, that guy outside is getting under arrest. I'm just joking.
No, if you're not supposed to go outside, and, there's, amber alerts throughout all of Ontario.
It's not amber alerts. It's just alerts.
Okay, they're called amber alerts.
It's an alert.
It's called an amber alert.
It's an alert.
It comes to your cell phone. Everyone was like... Is it 4 or 3 of our phones?
No, you instantly think it's an amber alert. But an amber alert's different than just an alert.
Anyway, three of the phones in the house just randomly went off.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what to make of it.
It was kind of funny.
My dad's just it's an amber alert, and then I'm it's just an alert.
But it was telling people that if you've been outside of Ontario for the past 14 days, if you just got back, don't go outside, stay indoors.
I'm gonna go outside and lick some stuff.
You haven't been anywhere, and why are people licking things? That's
people are licking things?
Yeah, people are walking around licking things.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you actually have it, you just contaminated the whole whatever.
Or someone touched it and they have it. Now you got it.
Yeah. It took me a second to process that.
Say it's a handle, right? Like a fridge handle.
Why? That's disgusting. You know how people touch a door handle?
I don't know, man. People be doing whatever they want to do.
Disgusting.
As of late.
Stop licking stuff, people. We're living in a society. You can't be going out there and just being I'm gonna lick this doorknob good. You can't do that.
I'm thinking about how this is affecting just the general
public.
No, I mean on
you can literally go on TikTok and find out.
No, I mean
you can go on Instagram and find out. I mean you can go on the news and they're covering stories of how people are trying to solve their boredom.
No, I'm talking about the social aspect of being human. The part where we need to interact with each other.
It's called Instagram.
No, I know that, but it's not
Facebook.
It's not the same.
Not that we use it anymore.
It's not the same.
You know what? You're not the same. You changed. These walls, they're getting to you, bro.
No, I mean in the sense of how we're so close. We're not there are people.
Yes, there are people.
No, let me finish this way. There are people I've been talking to or texting and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's called a phone call, bro.
No,
it changes everything. Yeah, but you can hear the vocal bro, it's called FaceTime.
But look, I'm in that house with 5 other people.
So it's called headphones.
No, look, if we were all on the phone, all 5 of us simultaneously at the same time,
it sounds like a call center.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
Oh my gosh, I could have just made a joke. You know what? Continue.
That's what I'm getting at, is the fact that, and then there are the people that you call that don't like having phone calls. So then it's you know what I mean? I'm gonna go make a phone call right now. You know what? You know what we should do right now? What?
We should call somebody we've had on the podcast before and just see what the reaction is.
We can't do that right now.
Okay, fine. We're gonna do it another time.
Just randomly start calling people.
Just randomly start.
You know
calling
what? We forgot to text Daniel. See how he's doing.
It's okay.
I'm sure he's fine.
He's fine. It's okay. Go check out that episode. It was last week's.
Last week. I mean, the audio's but
Yeah,
we've been figuring it out.
We're doing it.
We're working out the kinks.
Yes.
Of not being able to have guests
actually here.
It's
weird.
It's a logistical mission,
Yeah.
But hey,
we're making it work. It's going places.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
And if it doesn't go places, then I guess we'll just, whatever.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing to fix your boredom besides binging the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yeah, okay, so me and Victor have been like watching the Lord of the Rings movies. We started on Wednesday. This is actually Friday.
Actually, it's not really a binge. We kind of just like watched one movie a day.
Yeah, because it's like 4 hours.
Well, it's because we're watching the extended version.
Yeah,
so it's like 3 hours and like 45 minutes, and you're just like, oh my god.
The first one was like 4 hours.
Yeah, the first.
The second one was almost 4 hours, but by like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So now the third one, I don't exactly remember how long it is.
But it's probably on the last 3 hours.
Yeah, we're probably gonna watch that later. But currently we are recording the podcast because
we got people who listen. You know, we got those. I don't know what to call our people.
I think we should come up with a name.
We really should.
I don't know what.
I don't want to say something because if it sticks, we can't go back.
I know. Someone needs to come up with it for us.
You know what, guys? We're gonna start polls on Instagram.
I'm gonna start polls on Instagram.
We're gonna come up with like 3 ideas.
You're gonna come up with 3 ideas.
You're gonna what? You're my partner. You need to come up with. You're gonna come up with one idea. I'll come up with 2 ideas.
You're the social media outreach guy. I just do the stuff.
Yeah.
I just do all the editing and post.
So like none of the work.
I do all the recording and post.
Yeah.
So that's all the work.
I focus on social media and stuff like that. You know, we've divided the work up.
I feel like I'm doing more work.
Yeah, you are.
Because like after this, I'm gonna throw 3 hours of my day into.
I can throw 3 hours on Instagram.
I mean,
scrolling.
I mean, that's not the same. That's not the same at all. It's very different. People like, what is it? People often People often think that they are doing that it's easy to do this stuff.
It's really not.
They don't grasp.
Like, how long it takes to like...
Well, I think it was to you I mentioned that if we do a video format...
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, no, not really, because you could just chop out the video. You don't have to, like, export the sound and stuff.
Oh, no, of course, no, but, like, the thing is we'd have, like, separate audio recording to the video.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because I like that crisp quality audio.
Oh, so you'd have to line up the video.
Yeah.
There's like filters and stuff to make audio sound better in video, right?
I know that, but like I'm not gonna do that.
Why not? It's gonna make the audio sound good.
It's not the same.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's not the same.
Also, we need like a good like recording space, for film.
I mean, okay, look, so you're talking about like a full on studio. This is too much budgeting already. Like,
we don't need to like make a studio. I'm just saying, like, have some better visuals.
Better visuals gets like a giant banner.
Honestly, somebody wants to. You know what? We're gonna open up a PO box. Actually, not now. Coronavirus sticks to everything. We'll do it in 2 years.
I don't know about that.
I don't know either.
Well, imagine like opening packages, just an audio, like.
Oh my! Wow, this is amazing. What is it? I'm not gonna let you know. Just like screwing with the people. No, that's mean. That's a jerk move. That's why we're gonna add video like soon, eventually, possibly in the future. When I can afford an editor.
When you can, what do I look like?
I'm just joking.
When you can afford to have, when we have time to like. Currently, I don't have that much time, and the time that I do have is like,
it's time.
But I mean, like right now, because I'm home all the time, I have the time to do it. It's just we don't have a proper camera to do it.
Absolutely.
So this is the current problem.
Yeah. I don't know what to talk about now. Like, you see, we talked about quarantine. We talked about the podcast. We should really do these meetings off, like, recording. But, like...
Look, this is, like, a free-for-all because, like, of the fact that there's literally, like, nothing happened in our weeks. Like, besides the fact that we've been indoors for the past week.
Let's talk about a story in the past.
Actually, no, we went out the other day.
Okay, we went to like some foreign country.
No,
we did not leave the country.
Okay, so we were told, like, what was it, Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, was it Wednesday?
Yeah, it was. No, it was Tuesday.
Okay, so it was Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday at midnight. Though it was implemented that we had to stay indoors.
Yeah,
like
officially. Tuesday we left.
But Tuesday we went. So because it was the last day, we're like,
yeah.
let's go out, and we jump in the car, and our dad's like, where do you guys want to go? And we're like,
we don't know.
And he's like, let's just go for a drive. Let's just keep driving.
Yeah.
So it gets on the.
So we get on the highway, And then we start seeing like a bunch of like signs like saying you're like leaving the area, and I'm just like, oh, we're literally leaving where we are right now. So then we passed like a town, and then we made it into another town. We're just like, okay, we're gonna stop here. So we like stopped. We bought like cookies and stuff, and
then we jumped back into the car.
then we jumped back in the car. Now we're eating.
Yeah,
in the
and
car.
then drove back,
And then drove all the way back just to be like, we need gas.
Yeah, it was just like we needed to go somewhere. We just needed like it's more of like just get some fresh air type thing, right?
Yeah.
But it was interesting nonetheless, and it was like I forgot what it was like to drive with like a radio. You know what I mean? Like it was almost nostalgic. I was like the radio. I haven't like
haven't listened
to the radio in so long because I only ever listened to the radio in the car.
Yeah.
But then it's like at the same time you're like,
it's nice.
this is nice. And then the sun started setting. You're like, oh yeah.
Oh, and then like the music instantly changes for like this nostalgicness,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh yes, this is it. Oh yes, this is what I came for. This is why we took this drive.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's just something about the sun setting, especially that there's like a river near. You know, we can just like.
You know what I have been doing?
What?
I'm playing a lot more Minecraft.
I've been playing a lot more. I haven't been playing. I haven't played video games
that much.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we played a lot of games.
Last week. Oh, yo,
we were grinding. We were
yeah.
like, it was insane.
Yeah, but this week, I don't know. We haven't really. I've been watching more TV.
I mean, actually, even last week it wasn't that much.
No. Like I haven't been gaming.
I mean, there were other issues.
I should start. I
last...
should start a YouTube channel where I just game. No, like video camera. It's just my gameplay and my voice.
But last week was a whole other thing because we had a whole other thing happen.
Yeah.
So like this week, it's been more of like trying to catch up on like the reality and like, hey,
you can't go out anymore.
I know.
You better have food. You better have medicine.
Yeah.
You better have this essentials. And I'm just like. We do, so we're okay. We're okay.
We're okay.
We're okay. We're okay. We were like literally me and my dad. Well, especially our dad has been like on the ball with everything.
Yeah.
Literally 1 week prior, we bought like food. We're just like, okay, the coronavirus is here now. You know, we're gonna stock up on some food before next week, where all the food's gonna be gone. Literally the following week. Food's like gone, and there's like no, and all the toilet paper was gone, and we're just like, it's okay, we got toilet paper. We don't know why we got so much, but we felt like the necessity.
But it's like it's weird. I don't know why everyone's taking the toilet paper.
Okay, well, like honestly, go buy food. You don't need toilet paper unless you're buying food. I feel like I've said this before already.
I mean, like what? No, I mean unless you actually need toilet paper.
No, I know that like, but I feel like also bad for like. The seniors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because the elderly, like, they got late. They got to stores late. And they're just like, I need this. I need that, you know. And, like, they're just like, we don't have it in stock. And they're just like, but I need Lysol. You know? I don't know what to tell you.
You mean Lysol?
Lysol. La Salle.
There is a lot of like, I can't imagine how much money Lysol is making right now.
Oh, and Purell.
And Jameson must be making so much money.
Yeah.
For
a bunch of people buying like Zing.
No, for those who don't know what Jameson is, they're like a vitamin company. They also sell minerals as well.
Yeah. They're like people are like buying zinc, buying like vitamin C.
Yeah. It must be crazy. Like the amounts of like this, like what is it? There was a Walmart actually somewhere here in Canada that said that they made more money the day after it was announced that the coronavirus was here than they did on like Black Friday or Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy.
Honestly.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's like we had everything on special on those days and we still made more money with those 2 days.
Actually, when we were in Montreal, we went to a Walmart.
Yeah.
And a bunch of stuff were like on sale. And we're just like, whoa, they're trying to make people buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Like, that's also a problem because then it leaves nothing else for people, right? They had like deals where like you buy you buy 2 of these, you
So
get
what
one
was it
free.
when we walked into the can section? It was very apparent. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, they had like you could still see like the tags or like the deals they had, and all the canned food was gone.
Yeah, but like it
Like,
was just
and
empty.
I was so sad because there was like a play me piano in that mall, and my dad's just like, you can't play the piano. I'm like, but it's a play me piano, and my dad's just like, you can't play the piano. I'm like, but why? It's like the coronavirus, and I'm just like, I doubt anybody's touched the piano because of the corona. And I'm like, I'm wearing gloves, and he's like, I don't think you should
Get some Lysol wipes, spray it.
Honestly, I was just like, we have the tools necessary for me to play, but then we're just like, no, we're leaving. Yeah.
I mean, this has been a very interesting situation.
It
You
really
know,
has.
like it's changed everything. Like the way you perceive certain things.
It's honestly like a movie.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. We shouldn't compare it to a movie, honestly.
There are no movies to compare this to.
Yeah. A lot of people have been saying you should watch Contagion.
I don't get why are we all watching a movie that like relates to like the current, you know?
Like, you should want a movie that doesn't relate with the situation. You don't want to be able to relate to the situation.
I'm trying to disassociate.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to.
I'm going a step beyond like the social distancing. I'm disassociating.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm going way out of bounds here.
Yeah.
It's funny though, but like
Yeah.
they're like, you know, people are texting me and they're like, so what you doing? I'm like, oh, watching the news or like watching TV or whatever. And then I'm like, I'm doing chores, you know, washing dishes, like just stuff to like keep myself busy. And then they go, yeah, I just went to go buy food, or like I'm doing a puzzle, or like I'm reading a book, or like or like this one girl, she's like she texted me and she's like, I finally caught up on all our semester readings. I was like,
oh my gosh, what were you doing the entire
that's
semester?
That's exactly my thought. I was like, wait, you weren't doing the readings? And she's like, I did them all now. And it was like, it was like one of those like funny moments where it's like, I mean, now you got time because she can't go to work, she can't go to the gym, she can't go, you know, like it's like she can't do anything. So
so
I might as well do something. So it's like, but it's kind of funny. Like every morning I wake up, I go over like the slides and stuff or whatever. But it's just like one of those like odd things where,
honestly, I wake up in the morning and I feel like, okay, I gotta go to school, but then I'm like, I can sleep in 1 more hour.
Yeah, like it's really bizarre.
And then like I like check my laptop, I check my emails. I'm like, what if my teachers decided, hey, you got work?
You know what? I haven't been checking my email because of like other things, but like it's like so much stuff.
I've been like checking my email. I've been checking like my Google Class.
I think this week's gonna be a short episode because like we have like nothing to talk about.
Well, let's make things to talk about. Let's see what's going on in the world. A pandemic. We can cover that story.
We already did.
I know. What else is going on in the world? Oh, did you know that surgeons were having a harder time now with transplants?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, they're like only doing the ones that are like life threatening.
Yeah, because they're having problems with people to donate and stuff.
Yeah, but it's more or less like people like say you need a kidney transplant. They're like keeping the people on dialysis for the meantime because they can't like they can't be doing surgeries like crazy because it's like it's just one of those like we're trying to save people, not hurt them more. I mean, also the other thing too is like every show has just stopped.
Yeah,
like all the TV shows.
Actually, there was like a few like medical shows that ended up giving away stuff they'd be using as props to hospitals.
Yeah, all the
stuff.
face masks and stuff, gloves and stuff that they
because
use.
they're actually like legitimate tools.
Yeah, they use the real stuff. I mean, also like a bunch of colleges and universities are doing the same thing, like their medical. Like,
they're donating like all their safety stuff too.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, we keep going back to the same thing.
I know, but like, it's because there's so much to talk about the problem.
Okay, so a few days ago, this guy, I think he was from Denmark, was saying how bad the virus, like the toll it takes on your lungs.
Yeah. And
he showed like this young guy, like his X-ray of his lungs, and like how after having the virus, he has like 20% of his lungs left. And I was like, that guy's life is over essentially. Yeah. Like he can't run probably anymore. He can't do any like physically active thing anymore.
All he can do is sit and breathe.
Well, I mean, I don't actually know. Like I don't actually know like the extent of it, but like the fact that it's that damaging, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, and like we've had many cases of where we lose people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. T.W.P.
like, but the thing is, the news has been so focused on talking about all the people that have gone deceased, but we don't really talk about the cases that do well. You know, like every once in a while, they'll talk about all the cases that do well.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like, so and so recovered. You know what? I lost my train of thought because of you.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, a lot of people have recovered. Like for example, for those of you who are Canadian, you probably heard that Justin Trudeau's wife was infected with the coronavirus, and she's recovered from the virus, so she's doing better. You know, we have good sights on the situation. You know, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find out how many people have recovered in Canada.
That's actually a good statistic to look up for.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. If I can just find like a credible source.
You can probably go to like the government of Canada. Canada.ca.
Oof, man, Italy's still being hit.
Yeah.
They're at 919 deaths per day now.
Wow.
As of 20 minutes ago, that's what they just said.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that this, like that it got to this point.
Yeah. Well, it's because like the thing is, we saw it growing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we chose not to take action. You know, we didn't think, well, people didn't think that it would get to this point. People started joking about it, you know, being like, hey, this isn't going to happen. So what they started doing was started doing parties. They started getting together, which was exactly what we weren't supposed to be doing, you know. And then when it actually became a serious problem, people still neglected the fact that this started becoming a problem.
So in Canada, currently, we have 257 people recovered. We've lost 53, and we have 4,312 active cases.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just Canada. In the province of Ontario, which is where like the most is, we have give me a sec. There are confirmed 135 cases. But they believe there's another 993.
Wow.
It's really unfortunate. Like it's gone to a point. Like we just keep circling.
We keep circling. It's really unfortunate that this has occurred. But like, you know, you guys have our prayers. We're praying for the world. You know,
our thoughts, our goodwill.
Yeah, our goodwill. I don't know where to go from here, you know, because I feel like if we start talking about anything else, I'll be like, have you seen that post about the coronavirus? You know, like I really don't know. I
think it's also interesting how like the internet is taking it. Like YouTube recently announced that their servers are being overstrained and that they're cutting the world down to 420p. So like the whole world now just like lost resolution essentially.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like it's
too much on the server.
There's just too much pull.
Yeah.
No, not enough give.
Yeah, not enough give. Not too much.
There's too much pull, not enough give. But it's wow. Like I honestly imagine going through this without internet. Like what would we do?
Board games.
Board games? We just play board games?
We just play board games all day. Read a book.
I'd have to read? Like, everything I read is online.
Well, like, see, for us, we're really musically oriented. So, like, you know, playing guitar, playing the piano, doing something like that.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it's like...
Yeah.
It's not the same, you know? Like, I can go onto the internet and get, like, a live update. I wouldn't have to wait for the news every single day.
Like, if we just eliminated the internet off the face of the earth... At this moment, the loss of communication, because I'm sure most people don't own a radio inside their home. You'd have to go outside to your car to get informed. And especially that the fact now, people run their cable TV with the internet.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the fact that, like, most of, like, the banking infrastructure now is done through the internet. So, like...
Literally... It put the world into chaos.
The internet goes down and like
the world goes down.
Yeah, essentially.
Like And this is why schooling is so important, because you should know essentials of life.
But yet like your entire generation doesn't know their times tables.
Yeah, it's true. Like,
Can't do math.
can't do math.
Dude.
Bunch of broken humans.
I think it's
there's gonna be those few in the comments being like, I know my times tables.
It's 9 times 9.
I have no clue.
It's 81, bro.
Yeah. What's 11 times 23?
You did this one to me the other day, and it really messed with me. It really, because I didn't think about it. I just answered,
and you gave me like the worst answer ever.
Yeah, I know.
What's 11 times 23?
I don't actually remember the answer right now.
Really?
Yeah, because you know what? I only had to
253.
I only had to learn them to 10.
Yeah, but like it was funny because like he said something like 280, and I'm like, and he said it so confidently, like he didn't hear my question.
It's because I did it like as fast as physically possible in my brain.
That I don't know how you got the 8.
Yeah, I don't know where I got it either, but here we are.
It was the greatest thing. It was funny because I was telling you the trick of how I did it. I did 2 plus 3, which equals 5. So you have the 2 and the 3, and 5. So I just put the 5 in the middle, and you have 253.
Is that like the actual trick to do it?
Yeah. Like, let's say I did 11 times 32. Oh, wait, no, that's the same thing. 11 times 34. You know, I put 3 plus 4. You know, you get your, I just lost track of numbers. 7, right? So you get 374.
Wow, congrats. You know how you do your 9 times tables?
There's a trick for that with your fingers.
Yeah. Google it. You don't get that. There's like a lot of stuff like that. But I think
and that's something you guys didn't learn. You know, like during like your schooling,
it's like
you guys didn't learn you could add numbers together and just smack it in the middle and you get your answer.
But like, cause like someone else figured it. You know, like there's like all these like little tricks that people figured out. It's also like how around the world people solve mathematical equations differently.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was in high school, there was this kid from Brazil. He would solve like equations like completely like just like I was so perplexed watching it. I was like,
how did he get the answer?
It's like, how is he doing this? And I was like, what is he? Why is he making a table? What's going on? Yeah. And then our math teacher would be like, he's doing it. He's fine. It's just he's learned another method of doing it. But it's basically the same thing. And we're all out there like solving for X, like doing like this long.
We're just like, you lie, sir. That looks easier, sir.
Yeah, and then I remember this other kid from like I think he was from Argentina. He also had another method of doing it. And I was like, wow, like this is like
there's a lot of countries like besides like North American countries, literally like almost every other country besides North American countries that do math differently.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same result, right?
Yeah,
which is really interesting. And
it's like okay, but we all got Pythagorean theorem still.
I mean, I know it's like okay, but we still got the same answer.
I know it's like
you did it this way, he did it that way, I did it this way. Like whoa! And then like you look at the board and there's like all 3 of us were like up there, and it's like 3 different ways of solving the same answer. And you're just like, whoa!
And you're just like, oh.
But there was this one guy I knew who he could just look at it and be like, that's the answer, and write it down. And I'd be like, how did you?
I did that like in my math class. I just like look at the board. I'd like semi-figure it out in my head because I can't really do numbers in my head. I'd like do it on my calculator like really quickly, and I just get the number. I forgot how I did it. I just got the number, and I just yell out the answer, and my teacher would be like, okay, now expand. I have no clue how I got this answer.
I hated those like questions like explain your answer.
No, and I hate the pages that like have the like partial answers at the bottom, and you just like wrote all the answers for all of them and didn't like write like your communications, right?
No, I think it's like, what is it? I remember like you'd go to the back of the book, especially math class, and like all the answers are there.
Yeah.
But I hate when like your teacher would be like, okay, do questions 1, 2, and 3.
And everyone's just like, yes!
Only 3 questions.
And then it has
like
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Just like, why you gotta be like that?
Yeah, that's how we, actually, like this semester we asked our chemistry teacher, she's just like, yeah, you're only gonna have like 3 questions on the test. And we're just like, oh, really? Okay, great. And then we're just like, wait a minute. We got it. We were okay with it for like a second. And then we're just like, give us a second. 3 questions. How many questions are inside those questions? And she's like, oh, like 3 each. And we're just like, okay, that makes sense.
So it's like 9 questions.
Yeah.
I remember this one time I had a math teacher who he would make the question like pile on. So like say we're trying to like graph like the x and y axis stuff. Yeah. So like it'd be like solve for x and then be like solve for y.
Yeah,
and
like
then,
MB.
Yeah,
like
and then graph it.
Yeah.
And then determine the slope. And then once you have the slope, turn that fraction into another
simplify.
Yeah, so it just keeps piling on. But here's the problem: if you mess up solving the answer for what equals x or what equals
everything else is
y,
wrong.
All the other questions are wrong, right? So it's like either you messed up x or you messed up y, or if you messed up both of them,
yeah, you're just screwed.
It's over, right?
You have more chance of failure,
exactly,
than succeeding.
Right? So because it was just like kept piling on, you're just like. By the end of it, you'd be like, oh my god.
Also, the fact that you're, like, stressed at the moment, right? You're like, it's a test. I can't mess up. You're, like, thinking about other things in your mind, and you're writing this test, and it's just like, I screwed up. Yeah.
Well, you're still living this. I haven't done math in a minute.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, it's been, like, 4 years since I've been in a math class.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years. No, 5 years. It's been 5 years.
What were you even learning in that math class? You would never use that kind of math, like, today. Like, for essentials.
I mean... Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, I'm not walking around solving equations.
Like, the most I got out of grade 6 math.
Oh, you see, in my case, it was more
algorithms.
Yeah, arithmetic. Yeah, because it was like, because I was in computer stuff, so it's like a lot more processing and like how the number carries the 1 and the 0 and then the thing and then they compile and then
But see, what I've realized I'm getting out of high school is how to carpet a crooked room. That's all I've realized. That's all I'm getting out of this.
Also, what guy's making a crooked room?
Like, exactly. Like, didn't you go to grade 6 geometry? Like, honestly. It's like, we got squares and rectangles. What is this, like, pentagon you're trying to build here?
There's a guy who's like, his house is like a pentagon. He's like, you know what? Just to mess with the world. I can do this.
It's like I'm going to go to Home Depot and try to get carpet right now. I'm going to screw with these people.
Yeah, they see like the.
It's honestly just to screw like the hardware stores.
No, it's I remember like when you're learning about shapes.
Yeah.
And there's like the hectagon and there's octagon and then there's a decagon. Mm-hmm. Where it's like 10 sides.
Yeah.
I remember trying to figure out how to make a shape with 10 sides. And then like we just kept going like, well, can we make more sides to the shape?
It just becomes a circle.
Yeah, but it's like, but the more sides you add to it, it's like if I go this way, then you got like this weird like jagged edges and you're just like, why does it look like a star now?
And then you don't have like, you're not using a ruler, so not each side is the same, so you got like this intricate shape.
Yeah.
And then your teacher's just like, okay, now find this angle.
Okay, so I remember this one time I had a teacher tell us make a shape. No, make a shape with 3 right angles.
Okay,
but you only have 4 sides.
Excuse me.
Right? It's not possible.
It's not.
But like all of us are like sitting there like trying to figure this out. Like 3 right angles.
I would have been like, Miss, you're screwing with us.
No, but we're like, you only get 4 sides. We're like, I need a 5th side. What are you talking about? Because like you have to like cut one of them off short, right? Because you can't make the other one at a right angle. But you're like,
is it just not a closed shape?
No, it had to close. That's the thing.
What?
Because if it doesn't close, it's not a shape.
So how did you figure this out?
It's not possible.
She just told you. I'm screwing with you.
Well, actually, he told us.
Oh, he told
But like,
you.
he didn't realize it until someone's like, "Sir, like, I don't think I can do this." Like, cause we all just
you were all waiting for some like trick.
We were all like sitting there like trying to figure this out. We're like, okay, 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. Wait, but then that doesn't work.
It's like there's like this table where it's just filled with a bunch of triangles, and our teacher told us count the triangles, and we're just like, okay, well, it's a rectangle with a bunch of triangles. If you divide the triangle directly in half, you got 2 triangles. And we're just like, if you divide those triangles in half, now you have like what, 4 triangles? No, 4 plus 2 triangles, which means now you got like 6 triangles. And then you just keep dividing these triangles, and you're just like, there's 67 triangles, and the teacher's just like, that's wrong. And we're just like, how? Because the problem is you start losing track. Because like people started like using the strategy of like putting a number or like putting dots.
Yeah.
And eventually you got like 3 numbers in the same spot, and you're like, this is 137. You're like, what? You just get totally lost.
This is like an ongoing issue. It's like, I think
like teachers just need it. Like they need a. You know what? I don't think teachers do. I don't think they do the math, or like, especially with geometry, they don't do the math before handing it to you. They're like, oh, this looks nice on Google, and print it out. Here you go.
No, there's just so much like. Well, there's a lot of stuff like that, but I think it's like...
No, it's just like, it's their off day, you know, where they're just like, I didn't plan a lesson today. Like... But this is only for like elementary schools. Like high school, they're like, nah.
Textbook.
Yeah, textbook. Yeah.
And the textbook's been there for like 3-4 years now.
Like, if there's a problem, we'd know by now.
I remember there was this one question that was wrong, and then we went, okay, so we did this one, we solved this one question, right? And then you go to the back of the book, and there's like whiteout right over like the answer. You're like, sir, like, what's the answer? And he's like, why? Like, there's a whiteout on it. Skip that question. It's not important. We're like, but
the like, textbook was wrong. It's okay. Like, we don't talk about it.
So why is there whiteout on the answer? And he goes, oh, it's the answer was wrong. I'm like, so why didn't you write in the new answer? It's like,
I didn't want to do it.
No. Apparently, he told all the kids to put whiteout on it, but he never told them to write in the answer. So now we don't know what the answer is. So like, sir, why don't you just solve it and then like tell us to write the answer? He goes, well, now that's your homework.
What? What if you get it wrong? You don't know if you get it right.
That was exactly my point. So it's like, I remember he was like, solve for y, and like everybody got it wrong.
Oh man.
And it's like, but it's like the last part of like the equation.
Yeah.
So, but it was just like in this point of like it was like mx plus whatever, and then like the ending of that.
Oh, mx plus beta. That's to get a slope though.
Yeah, but like, but it was something along.
No, that's to get the line of perfect fit.
Yeah, but that was like along the lines of like what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like solve for y, but like y was already solved for.
So you're just like, do I just write the answer?
Yeah, but like we all thought like he was messing with us, so we all wrote a different answer.
Oh man.
So it was like, he's like, guys, I literally like at the top of the page it says y equals whatever the number was.
You idiots.
Yeah. And then this one. So then the next time he gave us another test, and we got 1 point for writing our name down.
What?
He's like, I want you all to at least get 1 point. And then he like picked it up. He's like, you know what? I'm seeing some struggle. Guys, question 2, I'm not going to tell you, but I think it's C.
That's like telling you the answer.
Exactly. Like, it was just like stuff like that.
It's like, I'm not going to tell you guys, but I think the answer's C.
Yeah, and...
See, you don't think... There's always going to be that one student in the back of the class being like, this is some kind of like trick. He's trying to trick me. It's not C.
It's like I remember this teacher.
It's like, what if he's using reverse psychology?
Yeah,
and
it's like a teacher who she gave us like she was like, make sure you read all the answers, like all the questions.
Yeah.
Before you start, and she gave us like this page, and it's like giving like all these steps, like flip the page over, draw a circle, then make a face, and make a square, and make a triangle inside that or whatever.
Yeah.
But the last step is like, ignore all the other steps, just turn it over, you're done.
Yeah, I got a test like that too. Yeah. Because like a bunch of students...
but this is just like to prove that like you should read over all.
No, I know. This is like this. We got the same thing. And see, the thing is, there's no way back. Because you read all of it and you've drawn stuff, but the way they get you is in one of the questions it said poke 3 holes on the top corner. You can't reverse 3 holes. You can't erase everything. You can't reverse that. So like you see a bunch of like, I was like one of those few students who like, handed it in from the moment they got it.
Yeah.
Because all it said was write your name and hand it in.
Yeah. At the bottom it says it's like ignore all the other questions. Only write your name and hand it in.
Yeah. So I'm like handing it in, and a bunch of students are like sweating themselves out because they're like, I don't understand why I have to do this.
No, but they're like, how did he do this fast?
Yeah, they're doubting themselves. They're like, am I lacking in skill? They're just like, and I'm just like, I'm done. And they're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then the teacher's just like, okay, so only like 5 of you passed out of like 23, because none of you actually read the whole thing.
Yeah.
And a bunch of kids are just like, damn it.
Yeah, it's like, we gotta learn how to read now.
You know, I think we should wrap up because there's nothing else we should talk about.
Really? Yeah.
Like we almost made it to like that 45 mark. You know what I mean? But we're not there yet. Yeah. We're like at 39.
Actually, it's not even gonna be 39 because I still have to edit this.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? This has been Two Latin Brothers Podcast, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. You know, because depending on the platform, you can do all that stuff. Turn on the post notifications, you know, so you guys can just hop on in.
You mean on the Instagram?
Yeah. You can. Well, you can do post notifications on other platforms.
Okay, on whatever you're on, just...
On whatever you're on, you know, just do this stuff, you know, guys. Ask us questions if you have any ideas of stuff we should talk about, you know, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, nothing really to talk about. You know, we can do a little research and talk about a few things, you know.
Link it or send us a DM or...
Yeah, send us an email. You guys can send your voice on Anchors.
I have not checked our email in I don't know how many months.
Oh my gosh, we probably... Like, 1,007. Oh my... I'm so sorry. No, but... Guys... Message us, you know, we need stuff to talk about, you know. Because if you guys want our opinions on stuff, you know, we can always supply.
Cater to our opinion.
Exactly. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.